I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great weekend. Well, today I want to talk about belly fat. I want to talk about fat. I want to talk about stubborn fat that can lead to diseases as well. We're well aware today that obesity is basically become a disease because from that we have something called metabolic syndrome. Because of obesity, because of excess fat, there's diabetes, there's high blood pressure, chronic kidney failure, and all of that stuff. Now, a lot of people say that there are no magic foods that can help you to burn fat, and they don't exist. But when you understand the science behind certain foods, yes, they can help you to reduce belly fat and stubborn fat over time. When it comes to your fat, we have to look at the health of your hormones as well. Too many people, men and women, young girls and young boys, are living with excess estrogen in their bodies. Estrogen is a hormone. Is it bad? No, absolutely not. We need it. Without the right amount of estrogen, your hair would fall out, you would have dull skin, you would have osteoporosis, bone problems, and all of those issues. So like cholesterol, we need estrogen, but we do not need too much of it. Now, because of the changing environment and a lot of xenoestrogens found in cosmetics that men and women use, unadulterated milk, milk from cows that are pumped with hormones and pumped with estrogen so that they can produce more milk. All of that gets into our systems, creating more and more estrogen. And the more estrogen we have, it creates a hormonal imbalance. And that leads to almost every possible cancer that exists out there, including obesity and everything else. One of the main reasons why young girls are reaching puberty today way before their time is because of their milk consumption as well. We give them milk that contains estrogen, antibiotics, which is non-ethically sourced from cows who are treated the wrong way. And that estrogen gets into their bodies, leading their reproductive systems to develop far faster than they should. So now when it comes to men and women struggling to lose fat, you can look at estrogen being one of your main culprits. I always advise men and women to look at fat distribution over their abdominal area. If you see that you have fat accumulating around your navel area, and that part of it is bulky and it's more and more fatty, and then it moves across your entire core. So you have midriffs, or what they call a muffin top, and you have fat in the center. You'll notice this in a lot of men and women who train regularly. They eat well, they exercise, but they can never lose the stubborn fat. So we have to look at estrogen being one of the main problems with this. Now, there is something called aromatase. Aromatase is an enzyme that converts androgens into estrogen. Now, too much of that happens, we have a buildup of estrogen. So when you look at certain breast cancers that are ER positive, which means estrogen receptor positive, the doctors post your treatment, they put you on 5 to 10 years of an aromatase inhibitor, examples tamoxifen and several others, that block the excess estrogen that can feed the cancer. Now, a lot of us have excess estrogen, and especially in men, when we have more estrogen or we have lesser testosterone, we can have more estrogen, and that leads to fat in our abdominal area. Now, there are foods that contain natural aromatase inhibitors, which means when we consume these foods, they inhibit aromatase, which means we have lesser aromatase, which means we have lesser conversion of androgens into estrogen. I'm going to read out this list of foods. If you're eating a well-balanced diet, like I always say, you would be getting all of these foods. If you're doing any of the fad dieting, I don't know what you're going to get out of it. Maybe 2 kilos of weight loss, 3, and you have all the other health problems that come along with deprivation of key nutrients that you have in your body. Number 1, you cannot go wrong with the class of cruciferous vegetables. Today, there's enough of medical and scientific data showing us the cruciferous vegetables' place when it comes to diabetes, cancer, thyroid function, and everything. Of course, if you have thyroid, you want to make sure that your cruciferous vegetables are consumed steamed or cooked. Now, what are cruciferous vegetables? They contain elements, they contain polyphenols that help you to block excess estrogen. I'm talking about broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, kale, turnips, radish. All of these are natural cruciferous vegetables that are great for your health. Every cancer patient should be eating this, whether you're an ER positive, negative, prostate cancer, because it goes a long way, cruciferous vegetables, in your general health. And if you go back to a basic Indian diet, we have radish, we have cabbage, we have cauliflower, today we have broccoli, today we have kale, we have all of these things. But we are eating less of this, and we're moving more towards Western diets that deprive us of key vegetables. So it is so important for us to understand that this will help you even with fat loss and belly loss. Now, it doesn't mean that you make all your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, cruciferous vegetables, and sit and expect yourself to lose belly fat. You still got to eat in balance, you still got to work out, you still got to sleep well at night, and you got to take care of your emotional health. Then we come to mushrooms. Fabulous food when it comes to balancing estrogen. Aromatase inhibitor. All kinds of mushrooms are great for you. Try to consume mushrooms 1 to even thrice a week in different ways. In your vegetables, in your stir fries. There are so many different ways that you can add mushrooms. Then we have red grapes. Red grapes, the skin of the red grapes, which is even wine, contains something called resveratrol, which plays a huge role in inhibiting aromatase, in reducing excess estrogen in the human body. We have seeds like flax seeds, like sesame seeds. Again, everything has to be done in balance and moderation. Please understand, 1 tablespoon of flax seeds is more than enough. Unless you're advised, sometimes you could go to 2 to 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds as well. Now, sesame seeds, again, is something that's found in our local cuisines, from our laddus to our chikki to our meals to our now normal food. It's added to most of our food. So you see, that's why we stress on a balanced diet. Whole grains. Half of the world is trying to get off whole grains in this pursuit of weight loss. You don't understand how much of nutrition whole grains contain. There's a whole debate that, oh, go off grains, go off whatever, you reverse your diabetes. Let's understand, there's a whole population before us that ate whole grains. Okay, it's the population today that is suffering more than the previous population with diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular. So whole grains is not your cause. It is not your cause. So please be very smart when you try to do extreme diets that tells you to change something that our ancestors ate without a problem. Diabetes was unheard of. Cancer was unheard of. All the problems back then were unheard of, and people had whole grains like good quality wheat, oats, rye, corn, rice, millets, barley. All of these are whole grains that also have natural aromatase inhibitors. Now, of course, you overdo it on rice, you overdo it on your whole grains, you have a sedentary lifestyle, you're sleeping at different times every day. Your lifestyle causes your disease, not whole grains. Please understand that. Yes, diabetics with fluctuating sugar levels may have to balance the quantity and the quality, but you never have to go off it completely. The healthiest and the fittest people I know today eat in balance. They have whole grains, they have lentils, they have legumes, they have vegetables, they have lean meats, they have nuts and seeds. They eat in balance, they live in balance, they're happy people, and they are fitter, happier, and healthier than most people out there who are on fad diets, who are on extreme diets, and who wake up every day searching for the next weight loss tip. So please understand, go back to balance. It is a proven model. Then we have green tea. Fabulous. Green tea, matcha tea, whatever it is, including black tea, minus the sugar, minus the poor quality milk, and it literally becomes a medicine for your hormonal balance, including reducing your estrogen. That's why green tea for women who have their period cycles, postmenopausal, when there's a fluctuation in estrogen, post-surgeries, with endometriosis, with ovarian issues, with fibroid issues, all of this, green tea, matcha tea, plain black tea is fabulous for you. And finally, pomegranates. I've done a whole video, in fact a couple of them, on pomegranates. Contain something called ellagic acid, which is like magic. Today pharmaceuticals are using ellagic acid in a lot of their drugs to treat hormonal problems and most cancers. So you see, nature's already given us foods, and if we are feeding trillions of cells with a balance of different foods every single day, we need different foods. We need a diverse diet. We can't eat the same thing every single day. We get the same kind of nutrition. We want nutrition from different colored plants, vegetables, different grains, different lentils, different legumes. And if you look at our country, India, we have hundreds and hundreds of different varieties and families of vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, and seeds. Which is why, if you want to be healthy, and you want to be happy, and you want to be fit, that's success. There are a lot of people with great figures and great physiques, but mentally, they're just unhappy people all the time. It shows on their face. They're always complaining about food. They're always acting like their diet has to be, perfect to every nut and seed. They're unhappy people. What's the point of living life if you're unhappy? The physiological state of the human mind is to be happy. So if your diet's making you sad, it's not effective for you. But if you eat in balance, work out every day, in balance, you sleep well at night, and you have good emotional wellness, that's all it takes for you. That's all it takes for you to live a happy life, and your health automatically follows. It's as simple as that. So add these groups of foods to your balanced diet, and you will notice that your health starts to get better every single day. There is no replacement, there is no shortcut for the hard work and the sacrifice that you need to put in order to have a healthy body and a healthy mind and a happy life. If anyone's telling you that sacrifice is not required, that's the biggest issue with today's population. We think we are entitled without having to do work. So you'll see an ad. Okay, take this pill, no need to exercise, no need to diet, lose weight. Doesn't work. In life, every human being has to sacrifice something of lesser value to gain something which has more value. That is called the law of sacrifice. It exists. No one gets anything any other way. Easy come, easy go. It's as simple as that. We all have to sacrifice for the body that we want. We all have to sacrifice for the health that we want, given the odds of pollution, pesticides in food, and everything else. So all those who think that, oh, I'm entitled to it, it has to come to me because I'm rich, because I'm so-and-so, because I'm a CEO, because I'm beautiful. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You have to sacrifice in life to get anything. Anything. You have to sacrifice. It's as simple as that. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great week ahead. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.